I want to thank you all for the prayers, and I have to say that because of the multiple expressions of prayer and support that I've received over these last weeks, it has helped me to get beyond the initial shock and the initial devastation that I experienced in the first days of this crisis. It's really been an amazing thing to see how many have come through with their support and with their prayers. Never expected that. I mean, I've heard from people from all over the world. And I was just presenting what I was feeling and experiencing at 5 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep the day that I wrote that letter. But it seems to have touched the hearts of many, possibly because it was coming from my own heartfelt feelings of the day. So the support of all these good people has been there as a strength. Well, you know, pain left to itself is just pain. And there's nothing worse than a pain. But the challenge right now is to transform the pain into something which only makes sense in Christian categories. And that means giving and finding meaning to pain. That's what makes something painful something sacrificial. Sacrificial means to make something holy. It's to make sacred. How can we make sacred and significant and meaningful this crisis in which we find ourselves at the moment? And it's the challenge, as far as I'm concerned, of returning to the basics of our faith. I have to be very honest about the media. I have not followed all that has been going on in the media. It has been through others who have indicated to me how much media attention this story has received. In fact, I was told that it has been an international story to some extent. My sense is that the media has been generally very fair in terms of my remarks and my response to the crisis. There have been times when I felt that perhaps they were trying to spin it a little bit beyond what it was. One cannot help occasionally to think that there are other interests at play here than simply presenting the news or presenting an event. But you know, I also recognize that's part of what the media is there for, and they do what they have to do. But overall, I think the message has gotten across, and maybe even surprised a little bit by some of the things that I've said. Not used to getting blunt reactions, I suppose, but they have. I think many who have commented to me about and given their support many of them have also suggested that it's time for some radical change. And what does that mean, radical change? Obviously, the first step in it all is for all of us to be personally transformed so that we can become the kind of people that the gospel expects us to be transformed into the people of God. So that's the first kind of step necessary. And then obviously after that, trying to deal with 3 dioceses all at the same time isn't a matter of getting together and coming up with a great, massive plan, pastoral though it may be, but rather it's, to me, a question of working with those who are of good faith and to see with those who are willing to do what is necessary, and we take it one day at a time, step by step. And the challenge that I believe is facing us, certainly in Nova Scotia, but I suspect that it's true right across the board, is that we are really faced with the refounding of our church. And so that requires the help, the participation, and the support of people who have themselves been transformed, as we have been reminded here at the conference by our theologian. We need to become people who have been marked by the transforming love and mercy of Jesus Christ. You know, in my letter, I wrote something that says, faith is a response. It's a response to the love and mercy of God. And so, where people have come to that awareness, they have also come to the realization and the conviction that new life is possible. And with that, we are able then to rebuild the church that's been entrusted to us.